Hi, it's Jim Mckay again. Most people have very similar questions when they're considering whether they should file bankruptcy, and I'm going to try and answer a couple of those here today. First is, do I qualify? Well, there is no particular amount of debt that an individual has to have in order to be able to file for bankruptcy. And of course you shouldn't file for bankruptcy unless you've just gotten to the point where you don't have any other alternative. If your house is going to be foreclosed on, or your car repossessed, or if you've just gotten to the point where you can't sleep at night for worrying about what you're going to do about all these debts, then you may need to consider the bankruptcy process. There is an income component to what kind of case that you can file. Your income doesn't stop you from filing, but it may have something to do with what kind of case that you should file. So when you come in to talk with our attorney, you should bring several pay stubs and a list of your household expenses so that we can see what you might have available to file, that kind of thing. Another question people ask is, do both of us have to file if you're a couple? Well, the answer is not necessarily. If most of the debts are in both your names, then of course it would be beneficial if both of you do file. However, if the debts are mostly in one person's name and the other doesn't have any debt or is only on one or two of the debts, then it may be that only one of you would have to file. Another question is, what would my payments be? Well, if you're in a Chapter 7, you're going to keep making the payments on the debts that you want to keep, so whatever your debts are now is what they would be after your Chapter 7 is filed. In the Chapter 13, though, it will depend on how much income you've got available, how much debt you have, how long a period of time you are required to be in a case. So when you come in, we would want you to bring several pay stubs and a list of your household expenses so that we can make some determination of what kind of payments you would need to have. And a very important question most people have is, what will happen with my house? Well, again, if you're in a Chapter 7 and you want to keep the house, you're going to have to keep making the payment on the house yourself. In a Chapter 13, though, the answer to that question varies depending on whether you are filing in Tennessee or filing in Georgia. Typically in Tennessee, your house payment is part of your bankruptcy payment. So it'll be the same amount, it's just that you will pay it through your bankruptcy case. In Georgia, though, you typically make your own payment directly to your mortgage company, but whatever you're behind gets caught up through your bankruptcy case, and you just continue making the payments as it goes on. I invite you to make a phone call and make an appointment to come in and talk to one of our attorneys for a better indication of how all of this would affect you.